Well, a lot of times this channel is focused on how to edit private label right ebooks and things like that. Well, that's usually in a Microsoft Office Word document. Now I've got 3 tips on how to speed up your product creation process through some speed hacks that I can give you for Microsoft Office Word. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about that, stick around at the end. All right, let's go check it out. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having a look at doing a heading page break. Now the heading page break is where you can actually put a heading on an individual page. In this particular case, we have a heading on here, it's on a page on its own, but if you have a look further down as you scroll through, you'll notice that there's another one which is like on another, still on this page. And there's a heading just there, and it's a heading 1. You also have over this one here, it's also another one. This one happens to be on a page on its own. And as you scroll through, you'll find that this one has got pages, headings on different pages. So there's another one with another heading. So we can actually put all of these on their own particular page. And it's a really, really super easy thing to do. So what we need to do is, you see where you got normal spacing just here in the style section. You go over here to the heading section, you right click on heading 1. Then you hit modify. And on this section here, you go down to where it says format. I'm just going to hit format just there. And then as you can see, you've got this area just down here below it. A drop down box happens, you click on paragraph. And over here, you'll see Windows Orphan Control, keep with the next, keep line together. And over here, you got page break before. So I'm going to click on that, but then I'm also going to click on keep lines together, and I'm going to unclick that. Don't worry, you don't lose that in the next time you open one up. So all we have to do is hit OK. And what we now have to do is just hit OK again. Now what's literally happened is it has now put all of those ones that have heading 1 back on their own page. So as you can see, each one of those will be put, here's another one. Is that line? No, that's heading 2. So I can make that one heading 1. And as soon as I make this one heading 1, let's just highlight over the top of that, heading 1, and it's now on its own page. And we'll scroll down and we'll find others. 7 characteristics, okay, this one here, that's heading 3. Let's make that a heading 1, and that's put it on its own page. And you just go through, find the ones that you want to make heading 1. And for example, this one here, heading 1, it can go on its own page. And so forth. So you basically just scroll through, find what you want to do, and put it where you want it. In this particular case, heading 1, and the 5, or actually I think there's 7 steps in total with this one. And all I have to do is with each step, just do that, and I have now put it on an entire page. And this will lock it in place. Meaning I can now go here. So let's scroll down here, and I can write all sorts of gibberish, hit enter, go into here, write some more stuff, hit enter, go in here. And as you can see, by this one down here, it has not moved. If I was to do that without locking that in place, using the header break, it would have moved down with every line I had put in there. But because I hadn't, it's now locked in its own position. Now, of course, if I was to go far enough down to have to go on to the next page, that would continue. This would then push it down another page. And it's as simple as that. Is this one heading 1? Yes, that one's already heading 1, so it's now on its own page. And there you have it. So if I was to go back up here to the table of contents, all I need to do now, let's go here, bring that back up. All I have to do here is right click on there, or left click on there I should say, hit update table, update entire table, and it has now changed the locations. And if you look on the page here, you will have noticed that they actually went up. So that is the first trick that we're going to be talking about here. Let's go have a look at the next one. Now in this particular one, we are going to be turning this into a PowerPoint presentation. Now what I had to do here is I actually put a few more different headings in. I've got some heading 2s and 3s in here as well. And I've put them all the way through and I formatted it the way I would like. Okay, so before we go any further, I'm going to show you how you can get this over here to a table of contents. We need to go over here to reference, then you can go over here to table of contents, click on that, and then you can choose the type of table of contents you want. We just chose this one here, and that's the simplest one for me right now. Okay, so, and we do need to have the headings chosen before we can turn this into a PowerPoint presentation. Right, now let's move on to the next step. The next step is, you see you've got here your autosave and you have all these tabs up here. If you don't have it, you will have this one little drop down box just here. Now, what I would suggest you do is you left click on that and you drop down here to more commands. And you go over here to where it says popular commands and you go all commands. Wait for that to shrink up and then that bar just there. And then what you do is you take this down to S where it says send to Microsoft Office PowerPoint or Microsoft PowerPoint. So you scroll down till you get to send. You'll see a few of those. And then you'll see where it says send to Microsoft PowerPoint. Click on that, hit add, and then you hit OK. Now, all you simply need to do is, once you've got this the way you want it, you've got all the headings, you've got, for example, you're going back to home section, you've got your heading 1s and your heading 2s, and any heading 3s you might particularly have. Make this on its own a heading 3. That'll do. Now all we need to do is literally just hit that button. And what we'll do is it will actually open up Microsoft Office PowerPoint and it will then place this into it. We'll be right back once it's finished. Actually, there is one more thing you need to do before you go any further, is you need to be able to make sure that this is going to work properly for you. Now, I just realized I made a mistake. I need to go over here to View and go over here to Outline. Now, as you'll see, there's all these blank pages just here, all these blank dots. Those blank dots will end up becoming blank pages on your Microsoft Office PowerPoint. If you don't want too many blank pages, I would highly suggest that you go here and you click away from there. Get rid of those little blank dots, because those blank dots are blank pages. So we'll just scroll down and we're not doing too badly. So let's just go back over here, close Outline, and that should now be okay. So let's now go over here to this section just here and let's create our PowerPoint presentation. We'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, there is a blank one just there. So we can just go there, get rid of that. Oops, we hit enable editing. We'll just wait for that to work. And once it's finished enabling us to edit, we can then go in and start doing what we're doing. Okay, so as you can see, the first page is blank. You can keep it like that if you want to, or you can just do what I'm going to do, and that is delete it and delete that one. And then we have the introduction page. You have your understanding online sales funnels, and you can go through and you now have virtually an entire ebook turned into a PowerPoint presentation. Now you can obviously add more points there if you wish to, and to do that all you need to do really is just add more points. For example, you go here, you can add this one here, can be, instead of being normal, you can make that one say H3, and then that can be added as content in here underneath the section just here, and allows you to be able to add more points. It's as simple as that. So that is how you can create a PowerPoint presentation using Microsoft Office Word. Let's move on to the next point. Now right here, I'm in Claude and I got Claude to write up a 1500 word script for YouTube about how to edit PLR using AI. Now, the reason I did that primarily is so as I can show you how to use a particular function in Microsoft Office Word. Now, the reason I chose this instead of ChatGPT is I have taught ChatGPT to not include things like em dashes. So the reason I have chosen to go with Claude is because of that reason. I don't want ChatGPT to suddenly start putting em dashes back into my scripts. So I will just copy all of this, pop this into a Word document, and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, there are quite a few M dashes in here, and I really hate M dashes with a passion. So, and that's why I chose Claude, because I figured I don't want to destroy what I've taught ChatGPT. So I'm going to copy this. Now what I'm going to be doing is hitting the Control H. So hitting the Control button and pressing H. Now what's going to happen is it brings up this little dialog box. Now the reason, even though it has like a little dash just there, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm going to go Control V and place the M dash right there. Now what I do want to do is put a comma and then a space. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be replacing all. We made 16 replacements, yes, and it's going to end up probably being more than 16. Yes, it is, it's 17. Hit OK. And that has replaced every single one of those inside this script. So as you can see, every one of those M dashes that were once upon a time there are no longer there. Now you can use this in so many different ways. Another thing you can do is, let's say, for example, you want to be able to separate each sentence. Okay, so to do that, all we have to do is go Control H, and it'll bring up that dialog box again. There it is. Now in this particular case, we're going to be putting a full stop there. And right here, we're going to be putting in a full stop. And just above the number 6 on the top numbers, if you hold down the Shift key and hit that, it'll give you that symbol. And then you hit P. Now what that will do is every single place where there's a full stop, it will then place that onto a new line. So we hit Replace All, and it does 83 of them. And as you can see, we have now placed every single sentence onto a new line. And why might you want to do that? Well, if you, say, for example, have a script that you would like an AI to read out, and you, say, for example, put it on a website, you might find that it's much easier for you to be able to find the sentences you want or highlight certain things by making sure that you have it on different lines. It'll be easier for your AI voiceover to read out and so forth. You might also want to add extra full stops to give it longer pauses and things like that. There are lots of reasons why you might want to do this particular thing, to be able to have individual lines. Let's have a look at ebook. Okay, we'll just copy that. You go Control H, and we can now change that to ebook and replace all. Yes, and there we have it. 11 have been replaced. And as you can see, it's now been done. Okay, that is how I use these 3 tips to be able to make my work a lot easier when I'm using Microsoft Office Word. All right, guys. Hey, if you got some value out of this video, how about you smash the like button, subscribe, and also hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Hey, while you're at it, why not consider sharing, and also leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of these 3 tips. Also, to let you know that right here is a playlist of a video series that I've created, and it's only 7 videos long, so it won't take you long to watch them. Also, too, right here is an image of my head. Now, if you click on that, you'll be able to subscribe. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.